like I was saying, I'm not gonna talk about my brother's childhood. Basically, my brother's childhood was a lot different from mine. He didn't he grew around black people and that culture of black people, and so when he eventually did get surrounded by other Mexicans and stuff like that, they would like basically kind of make fun of him, asking like, why do you talk in that way? You're talking really black and stuff like that. Kind of just be really ignorant and stuff like that. And, you know, makes sense. You know? Like if your own kind, you're especially your own kind, or making fun of you the way you talk and stuff like that. I don't even the way you talk. They're supposed to are giving you a hard time when the other culture did not give you a other time than the people you grew up around. And I get this woman. Let's scan her heart. See what it says. Isn't my hair just gorgeous? Of course! I do spend a lot of time on it. I was so bored, cooped up in that painting. And I spend all my time in front of the mirror. It seems to scare people with those. So everything comes with roses. Alright, let's try this again. Oh my god. I keep thinking I have to shine the light on her to, like, for her heart to appear. So if I just sit there and suck her up, I'll eventually get it. I don't know why my dumbass keeps thinking I have to shine the light to her and it's her heart. Her heart's already there. Hold on, woman! Let's go to this corner! Oh shit, I didn't mean it like that. I meant it's just easier to get you in the corner. Wait, hold on! I didn't mean it like that. Fuck! No, I deserve that. You're speaking like that. And, shit, I don't even know where I ended up in my fucking story in this, because I already kind of was speaking about it. So, so eventually when I spent those years in Mexico, those were my developmental years. So my main language was Spanish. I'm just gonna give you the flip note, basically, or important notes. These kind of talking in detail. Now I don't remember everything that happened. So I had a very hard time in school and I was just talking to my family, especially because no one in my family knew how to speak Spanish, except for my mother and a couple Mexican cousins I had that were actually from Mexico and everything. So I literally the only person I could talk to, I remember, was my cousin's husband at the time. He was the only one that knew how to speak Spanish. And apparently my mother told me that I was happy to even talk to like a single person at the time, because like I said, no one really knew Spanish, especially from my other side of the family. Ooh, forget about the baby. Baby's creepy. I remember it freaked me out as a child. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So if I shine the light at these ghosts, might something. And so I remember I had to do I got held back because I didn't know English. It was difficult, and I remember I had to do ESL classes, and I honestly hated doing ESL so much. And if you don't know what ESL is when you deploy your kid and you put down their primary language. If it isn't English, you'll automatically go to ESL. Automatically. Hey, you wanna play with me? No, child, I don't want to play with you. I can still remember how to interact with everything. I still, even though I haven't played this game in like 15 years, I still remember everything. Oh, you gave me an owie! I just wanted to play with you! I hate grown-ups! Why do you have to be bigger than me? I didn't know! Small, no, even smaller! Small, itchy, tiny, little, wee, boo-boo, gaga! Gaha! Oh, shit. He turned me into a sperm cell. I remember this, it used to scare the fuck out of me as a kid. Oh my god, creepy ass baby. Let me tell you guys, drinking is a powerful drug. I don't know if I did on this time of recording it, but today is a big football game, and I've been drinking. So if you guys know, I'll just remember a bit here. Remember, it's got a exploit these attacks for an opportunity here. So, what was I talking about? So, yeah, like I said, first 5, after all that, I hope this makes sense, honestly, because I'm gonna be really pissed if none of this makes sense when I'm, like, trying to edit all this down and I've left, like, parts out and everything. Like I was saying, so, it's honestly really hard to, like, remember certain parts of my life, because, like, 5 years I spent in Mexico, 5 years I spent not only in English, learning English, and not being able to communicate with my family, and spent another 5 years kind of by myself for a while, having to go to speaking classes and everything like that, or I guess it was second 5 years I was talking about of, like, not knowing English like that. When I was about 10 years old, I had to go to, like, therapy classes, speech classes, and everything. And I really hated going to the classes because those classes mostly had, like, immigrant children. Which I'm not saying I'm, like, any better than them. Oh, I'm American, I don't know. But, like, most of them didn't know even how to read or anything like that. But, like, I was picking up the language very quickly. It was mentally fucking with me that I couldn't speak to my family or basically anybody in school. So, like, a lot of times I turned to books and stuff like that, and I actually started picking up the language pretty good. But I was a huge troublemaker, and I don't know. I still had, mentally, it still kind of fucked with me because I Oh my god, my recording crashed again. Oh, dude, something does not want me to talk about my lore. I just looked back at my my first recording of this the first time. I didn't even say, eventually my stepdad got deported, his work visa went out, and I had to be in Mexico. Some of you guys are probably confused about that. But, once again, my recording fucked up, and I don't know exactly what part of the story I am talking about myself very much, but I don't know exactly. I think I was talking about the ESL stuff. Like I was saying, eventually I found out I was illiterate. That was nice. And let's end that. Your RAM's at 58%. I really need some more RAM. Oh, I always knew this was going to be an issue. Like I was saying, which I don't even know which I was saying. Honestly, I think I should just probably stop talking about my fucking childhood because every time I talk about, I keep my shit keeps fucking up here. Fuck you, trout. Where was I? I don't even know. Let me rephrase this for the third time. I've also been drinking. It's football season. We're at our second game. You've been playing and we won. It's like that's what I've been drinking during the day and stuff. So also that's my fault with my memories. I'm kind of drunk. I don't want to say drunk, definitely. I've been drinking and it's late too, so I'm tired. Shit, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I think I was thinking about ESL, going to classes and really hating him. Because, I didn't think I would belong in there because a lot of them were like immigrant children that didn't know any English. And I'm not saying I'm better than them or anything like that. I should be more English than them, or because I was in America, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that a lot of them weren't. A lot of them were also troublemakers too. And that's a whole other case of just like, you know, you move into a new country, you don't know like you know, I was also in their country, probably bad as fuck too. It's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. And eventually I found out I was dyslexic, and I, at the time, with my elementary school that I was going to, was Capitol Hill Elementary, or Capitol Hill. I think it's just Capitol Hill, and I hated that school for a number of reasons. But the main reason was how ghetto it was, and the kids there, because that school had basically all the way into like first year, I want to say, all the way into like high school. It was a big fucking school. It basically had like the first floor was like, you know, elementary, then the second floor was like middle school, and like it was a big building. So a lot of kids went there, and the area around it wasn't that great. And I remember not really knowing. Like, I would try so hard, and I went into books and stuff like that as a child, and eventually I found out I was like dyslexic. I don't know, something about pronouncing words, or, like reading them. I just have a hard time. It doesn't help that like basically English is my second language, but I am very dyslexic. I'll let this continue. I'll explain a bit more about my dyslexia. Luigi. Luigi, you hear me? Oh, thank goodness you're okay. I lost contact with you all of a sudden. I was that worried. You seem a bit tired out after all that long battle, aren't you? Why don't you come back to the lab? When you get a vacuum, when you vacuum a boss ghost, your Poltergeist 3000 gets pretty much full bursting. Oh, I guess you showed that boss ghost who's boss. Hmm? Yeah, I did. Good job, Luigi. Made it back in one piece. Take a gander at this. A fine piece of work. Nearly took 20 years to develop. I called it the Ghost Goddamn, I've struggled this the first time I was recording this. Portification Advisor. The machine lets us turn to Ghost to catch. You catch into payments. Not only that, it works in the reverse too. How do you use it, you ask? Well, it's simple. Just plug that Poltergeist 3000 into the slot. Enjoy the ride, my boy. Oh yeah. Like I was saying, with my, well, actually I'll let this play out. I'll talk about more of my childhood once we get back into the mansion. Little washing machine. Let's see. The ghosts are invisible, so we need to press into visible forms. And presto, turn them into beautiful ghost portraits. Here's the father, the baby father, and the mother. You know, that's not how I stuck them up in that order. Well, might just turn those ghosts back into paintings. Thanks for your help, Luigi. Also, if you remember what the lady said, those ghosts are still sentient in those fucking photos. Because I remember when I scanned her heart, it said, oh, this is so much better than being stuck in those paintings or being bored in those paintings. So they're still sentient into those photos. They're still alive. You still know what's very much going on in there. Did I make more? Yeah, I did make more. I made a little bit more. The first recording I was at 2.9 million. I'm at almost a whole mil difference. Luigi. Well, here you go, Luigi. Where will you go, Luigi? The mansion. Careful now, Luigi. Where are you going, Luigi? You better be careful, Luigi. I love the design of that for him. I love the design for him. The old man. Alright, we'll skip this. It's just gonna be him entering the mansion. Like I was saying the first time. Why is my head doing that? That's a bit weird. Let's see. Let me talk to you, buddy. Say my game. What was I talking about? My childhood, of course. So yeah, it's very hard for me to like oh yeah, the ESL is right down to school. where am I supposed to be going? I had a pink door, or pink key. I feel like that was supposed to unlock something, and I don't know what's the button to pull up the map here. Oh yeah, if you say Mario and go into the thing, it still shakes his head. It's a funny little thing. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say it should have looked like this. Okay, I just have to walk up to it. So the school I went to, you know, like always, their teachers aren't fucking paid right and everything like that, and they're just trying to do their job and everything like that. And I was the troublemaker, always talking and stuff like that. Didn't give a fuck because I already got like held back and whatever. It's just it was a shit show for. I didn't care. Why should I? Blah blah. You know. And I with my illiteracy, I don't know. It's had a hard time. Like, can I shine my light on them? Come on now. I feel like, honestly, my dyslexic. What I'm really dyslexic about is my J's and G's. Somehow, I don't know how, but my J's and G's, to this day, I get them confused. I remember the Disney Channel, what was her name, explaining her dyslexic thing of how her words would get mixed up and everything like that. And that actually made me realize I was dyslexic. So that commercial wasn't all that bad. Because she would say like how the words would confuse her and it would switch up on her. And that very much happened to me. I was like, oh, okay. But did I go and tell somebody about my dyslexic ass? I was like, Mom, I think I might be dyslexic, blah blah. No, I internalized it. It's like, oh, that's probably why I struggle reading and everything, and I won't say I'm illiterate. I know how to read and everything like that. It's just the pronunciation of things always messes me up. That's just because of my first language was just Spanish and everything like that. And I would say Spanish is probably one of the easiest languages to learn because it is very literal. It is, what I mean by literal, if you look at a word in Spanish, or like you pronounce the word, whatever, it's exactly like the letters. When it comes to English, it's very specific to what it's surrounded by. If there's like a letter before it or after, it changes up the pronunciation. Spanish doesn't really do that. The only time it would change if you're talking about a female and male. That's the only time like pronunciation would change about things. And so like honestly, Spanish, I would say Spanish is a very easy language to learn. Just for that. Am I about to spy on somebody taking a little bath? Oh god. Oh, I remember these guys. Oh god! Hold on! Get off me! Get off me! Pervert ghost choking me? I'm not into that shit. Get off me! Are guys into choking the way that females are into choking? I don't know. Every time I hear that, like a woman's, like someone's into choking, it's usually a female. I wonder why that is. Hey, looks like you ran into a bit of trouble there. Maybe you need more training. There's some ghosts who will try to grab and hold on to you. When happens, try moving your control stick back and forth and shake it off. It's an age-old struggle for survival, my boy. Don't lose heart, don't lose your heart. Here's the key. I think, alright, second one. Alright, there. So, this is the only time I'm actually able to access this. Here's the basement floor, first floor, second floor, third floor, and the roof. Yeah, this mansion's humongous. Alright. Hello, guy. Oh, you also throw the bomb, I'm pretty sure. You also try to get this guy who's throwing bombs too. Turn around, Luigi. Look down, you idiot! Alright, let's go. Like I was saying, yeah, so, the teachers, didn't know exactly how to deal with me and everything like that. I had a very older black woman, and she wasn't exactly a little shy guys goes. Forgot about these guys. And I wouldn't say she hated me, but she thought I was just like no good troublemaker. She didn't really give me the time of day to like, you know, why I was like this and everything like that, or like why my spelling was so bad. She didn't give a fuck. You know, she's clearly an older woman. She's seen it all, whatever. But I remember her calling me an idiot because I didn't know how to spell whatsoever. And I mean, she probably knew I was ESL. She didn't give a fuck. I mean, like, that's probably something that's in your, you know, that's probably in your little profile thing on school like that, and that's horrible. She didn't even know that, and I don't blame her. But that's, she fucking knew. I was basically, I was taking ESL classes, and English was something I was currently struggling. And it would give you a couple sentences, or a couple word phrases I remember, and you had to, scan these guys. You had to, remember how to spell those words. It'd be like weekly, you know, like Friday, it'd be your weekly words. I don't think the gyms can even see us. Well, I can see y'all. Let me tell you, you got a mighty fine good lady. Scan you. Exquisite. Alright. Let's mess with this. This is hard. Help. I think I just gotta wait, do I? I think I have to look. Do I have to look at them, or? Ugh! I don't remember. This one's a bit tricky. There we go. Get him! Get him! There we go. Oh, they're connected. I just realized. Aw, one heart connects them. That's so lovely. They're in the little dancing ring. I love you, though. But it's time for you to go back to the painting now. Get to the corner. What a lovely little couple. So I remember one time she even hit me. Now she hit me with a ruler, and I didn't even tell anybody, but she hit me with a ruler, and I personally feel like it was undeserving. This tells you how much of like she just didn't give a fuck. She hit me, and I was like probably like 7 at the time. It's like pretty young. I was probably like, this is like 2nd grade or like 3rd grade basically. But like even then, like I don't even remember like what grade it was, because I can't remember what grades I was in Mexico. I just don't remember. And I was young. It was no more than like 3rd grade, 4th grade. It was no more than, I think it was 3rd grade. And, yeah, I'll tell you why later. I think why it's 3rd grade, because I remember some other stuff. She hit me with the ruler, and all I was doing was, I was always like a bit taller, bigger. I've always been bigger. Always been a chubby, bigger kid and like that. And I remember the desk. I always would lift the desk up with my knees, basically. I would kind of like raise my like legs up a bit. Not even raise them, right? I would like kind of like go tippy toe when you're like sitting down, and I would basically lift up the desk. I wasn't like slamming the fucking desk or anything like that. I was basically lifting the desk with my like where the because my fucking legs were breathing. And she hit me with a ruler. She was like, "Stop doing that! Stop lifting the desk up!" And at the time, there was a young lady that was basically, I don't remember. She was basically like a kind of like tutoring or whatever. She was gonna be a teacher, whatever the program. You're in another teacher's class like that. You guys probably seen it everywhere because like they don't have enough teachers and stuff like that. Like a little program, whatever. She saw that, she talked to me, it's like, you know, I could report her and stuff like that, and what she did to you wasn't right and everything like that. And I remember that was the first time someone actually, like, cared about me. And I found it really weird. And she was like telling me all this stuff, and I remember crying when she was like telling me all this stuff. She's like, why are you like, you know, it's okay, blah blah. That was the first time someone actually cared. And I remember eventually, I was doing some trouble stuff and like I was acting not talking, not paying attention, whatever. And she like she said them in front of the fucking class and be like, fuck me, dude. I don't. She said some shit in front of the class, be like, you know, like you need to stop acting like you don't care because you care because when we were out there talking, you were crying and stuff like that. She like said that in front of my friends, in front of like the school or like you know, in front of the classroom, and I like. That made me not trust adults. Like, I don't know. That made me shut up inside. Where it's just like, don't show emotions. Because she said that shit, and I don't blame her. She was she had to be no more than like 20 years old at the time. I remember her being really young. And I remember just like, okay, let me internalize. I'm internalizing right now at the time. It's just, I'm okay. I'm not gonna open up or anything like that. In front of other teachers like that. Oh no, it's Luigi! Look, guys, Luigi's not here. Who's gonna do what we did to his brother? Where's? What's on his back? It's Ebert Investors 3000. Everybody scram!
Oh.
So we actually let out all the booze. I'm not even playing the game. I mean, I'm playing the game, but I'm not talking about it. Talk about my childhood within this game. This game's making me do a lot of reflecting. But hey, if you guys, you probably still don't care. I mean, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna talk about my childhood. I got no one else to talk to. Might as well talk onto a video. Probably in front of 100 people. Probably gonna watch this. Luigi, are you okay? That was them. That was the ones you released all the ghosts from the paintings in my gallery. Those fiends. I wonder where King Boo and his gang is gone. So they're hiding in the mansion all along. Thanks for flushing them out, Luigi. I'm tickled you found them, but perhaps it would have been better if you didn't have let every single one escape. Just a thought. Well, water's in their bridge anyway. You should probably come back to the lab for a second. So this is another thing we're gonna have to do. I've been waiting for you, Luigi. And he buttons his shirt. Your brother must have been taken by the gang of booze. Poor fella. Oh wow, don't talk crazy. They're not gonna eat the man. But what became of them? Odd that he hasn't come back. Common theory holds that booze grow strength when they travel in numbers. They must have somehow combined their powers too. Their power likely overwhelmed your brother. Aim to see Mario. If your aim is to see Mario, there's only one way to do it. Capture each boo and slowly weaken the group's power. But boos are the name implies, just like the hide and then jump out to scare people. You have to work out on finding them. Don't worry. Don't get all down in the mouth, my boy. The Game Boy Horror I'll give you as a secret function. I knew it would come in handy one day. I secretly developed it. I call it the Boo Radar. The Boo Radar will flash red when something brown like a boo is hiding nearby. Use it and use it to search everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, this is my least favorite part about the game. Alright now, Sonny, don't go tuck yourself out. Relax. Just try to get those boos one at a time. The trick is using the control stick and C-stick together. Don't forget now. Where we go? These boos. I honestly don't think me or my brother or any one of us actually captured every single fucking boo. There is about 50 boos in this whole mansion. And the thing is though about these boos is that they show up in previous places that you've already been. When it's all lit up like this.
Oh yeah.
And there's about 50 of them. So find them. So like you literally have to get kind of hot and cold with them. And eventually you'll find out it is not easy to capture them. It is not.
Oh yeah.
This is fake, isn't it? Oh shit! I forgot they do that. One of the most annoying things about them, you'll see eventually once I find this fucker. the table again?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they also like seed puns. I am Boo! Bamboo, please. Don't you dare. Oh my god. You need to capture them, quickly. Mercy, you already caught your first Boo! I've been researching those guys. Well, the Boos don't seem to like much, that's for sure. They do the best to hide under furniture when they're stuck in the living room. So then, I reckon that means turning all the lights in the mansion is the fastest way to find all the Boos. When you say it yourself, youngster? Okay, now summon the Boo and the daily dot. Save. Brum, brum.